Yo, what up, Stacks? How we doing? Doing good, man. Happy Friday. It's nice and warm outside today. At least it is here. What up, Mr. Rainbow? So this is PC number 2 for this customer. We built his stream PC on Wednesday. Now we're building his gaming PC today. You stay up there. Yep, so this is gonna be part 2, I guess, of upgrading this guy's whole system. We've got a 9800X 3D RTX 5080, 2 terabytes of storage. We've got the Corsair 3500X PC case. Got some Corsair fans, Corsair AIO, 1000-watt power supply, and then an MSI Mag X870E. And then we've got another 32 gigs of CL32 6400 RAM from Team Group. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty similar build to what you have. Yours is definitely higher end as far as aesthetics and stuff go with all the fans and whatnot. But this is going to be, this will have like similar performance to yours, just not as cool looking, you know? What up, Dave? Yeah, it's getting a little warm here in Idaho, so I've started wearing tank tops to hopefully eliminate my farmer's tan. It's also pretty hot, so, you know. Today I took my computer apart, cleaned all the items, I had put it back together, reinstalled Windows. Now I'm happy because I just felt like doing that. Yeah, I mean, that'll be nice. Got a nice fresh set of windows. Everything's nice and clean. It's a good feeling. It's warm in Washington too. Yeah, it's into like the mid 80s today, I think. Let me see. 84 today here in Idaho. What up? How we doing, Carl? I'm building the PC, Carl. That's what we do here. That's what this channel's about. Alrighty. Let's start this build. Yeah, Florida gets way hotter than it does here. And the humidity here is way better. Like I checked yesterday and the humidity was only like 30%. That's about as high as it gets here unless it's about to rain. I'm getting some water before we get started. My water bottle was low. Having a dispenser in the office is so clutch. I drink so much water. So much water throughout the day. All right, there we go. Move my mouse somewhere slightly less precarious. Shall we get started? I think we should. 78 here, we're getting warmer. 90 on Sunday. Whew. What up, Dark Wolf? How we doing? All right. Oh, sometimes there's just tape on that. Doing good, glad to hear that. How's everybody doing on TikTok? Luck with the build? Hey, thank you. This would be a good one. It'll probably take a little bit longer than my last couple of builds just because we got a lot of fans to put in and stuff, but by no means a complicated one, hopefully. You know, you never know what's gonna happen, but should be pretty straightforward. Lots of Corsair stuff. So we've got the case comes with some Corsair fans. We've got a pack of Corsair fans, the same style, and then the AIO uses the same exact Corsair fans. So should have pretty nice matching fans all throughout, which is good. So excited. I've been watching a bunch of golf content lately because been trying to get back into playing more this year, and we've got like a boys weekend in a couple of weeks where we're gonna be playing like 3 rounds hopefully. So trying to get back into it, back into the sport that I've been playing since I was a kid. All right, 9800X 3D. There it is. Boom. All right, let's get our SSD in here. We've only got 1 SSD in this build today. We did 2 in the stream PC, so he's got 3 terabytes total in there. We're doing just a single 2 terabyte for this system. Since he's not gonna be recording or anything on it, he's just putting games on it. So 2 terabytes should be more than enough. I mean, some people probably use more than that for their games, but I would say the average person probably not. Am I building a PC part? I'm building a PC. We're building a whole PC today. Building an entire PC today. I feel like my top camera is all crooked. I tried to fix it, and I don't feel like I did. It looks a little bit better. Let's loosen this up a little bit and see if we can. That looks better. I mean, now you're looking at my belly a little bit, but that's okay. All right, whatever. It's good enough. Yeah, Dark Wolf, that's what we do here every stream, man. If I'm live streaming, I'm building a PC cut for a customer. All right, 32 gigs, CL32 6400 RAM. What up, X? How we doing? Appreciate those likes. I have a 1 terabyte M.2 drive just for the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Whew. Whoa. I feel like my... yes, redneckengineer.com is my website. I feel like I just messed this camera up even more. Why won't this camera look nice? There. Whatever. Now you just have to see my crotch. I don't know. Whatever. What happens when RAM is mismatched? X, these are all customer builds, so they're pre-sold. So when I finish building them, they go off to the customer, and then the customer gets to enjoy them. What's up, Epic? Please don't spam the chat. If you spam the chat, I have to put you in timeout. Giving you one more chance. Yeah, there's so much content on it. Yeah, that makes sense. Please one gifty do. I have no idea what you mean. I'm not giving you a PC if that's what you're asking for. That's not how the world works, kiddo. AMD bracket, we need that. Screws, need that. Got some cables here. Don't come into my stream for the first time and ask for something for free. It's not gonna happen, bro. It's pretty silly of you to think that it would. You're gonna get yourself banned. What up, Kebab? MB, what's up? So we need screws for sure. AMD standoffs. Thumb nuts. We might need those. Don't need that. Yo, what up, Mr. Rainbow with a tier 3? Let's go, dude. Appreciate you. Bro, what is up with these people just asking for free PCs and never been in the chat before? No, it's not how this works. Get out of here. And you can hang out here, but no, I'm not giving you guys a free PC. Go away. You already gave me so much advice, I figured you might not support your channel again. Yeah, I appreciate that, dude. All right, AMD standoffs. Get those out of here. That didn't work at all. Yeah. Yeah. The adhesive they use is stronger than the paper. How powerful is an i9 processor? It depends on which one you get. There's a lot of i9s out there now. It's like 14 generations of it. Okay, well, save up some money and buy yourself one. Or wait until I announce that we're doing a giveaway if that happens. Don't just out of the blue ask for a free PC, because that's not how it works. All right, we've got our standoffs there. We don't need the rest of that right now. Let's move this on over to the side and get our case out here. All right, got the Corsair 3500X. I need to take the back and stuff off. So the side panel, you'll notice, is already off. This one is getting some laser engraving done on the side panel, so we'll have that back by this weekend. What up, Guardian? There we go. Get those holes nice and lined up. Boom. All right, Epic, you're getting muted. Goodbye. Hope it was worth it. What's a cheap but good gaming PC that can stream? I mean, you can look on my website. One that can game and stream. I mean, realistically, you probably want to start off with like, you really need like a 4060 Ti or 5060 Ti. If you want to game and stream off of one system. So I would say like the streamer PC is probably the cheapest one that I have for pre-builts that you could use. But you can fill out the custom build form and give me your budget, and we can see what we can do to to make it happen. Why are you pissed? What up, Wes? Yeah, this is the Corsair 3500X. I'm actually going to be working with Corsair really soon. So if you're interested in one of these, I mean, you can always use my Amazon affiliate link that I have in the description, but pretty soon I'm going to have a discount code if you're interested in Corsair products. It's a really nice case. It's reasonably priced. You know, it comes with some RGB fans. It looks really good. You know, it uses, you know, ARGB stuff off your motherboard, so you don't like have to run IQ or anything. It's great. I meant to say I wanted, that's what I figured, Mr. Rainbow. I read the comment and I was like, I think this is what he meant to say. Turn my heater off. The fans are really cool. I love the design that they did on these, the frame. Like, I think they look good even if you know, even since they don't have a reverse model. I think they look great either way. Seems you've got some good specs. I still have a PC with a Core 2 quad Q, 68 gigabytes of RAM, and a Nvidia GeForce 7900. Woo! That's getting a little old there, bud. Saw a case that looks close to the Intex C5 today, and it looks so good. PCs look way better IRL than on camera. Oh yeah. It's hard to find. It's hard to get really good pictures of a PC and make it look just as good as you want it to. What up, devils? Please don't spam the chat. How do I clean my computer from dust? Get a can of air, or I have like a fancy, I mean, this one's pretty expensive, but you can get ones for cheaper. Get yourself like an electric air duster, like this guy. This is the DataVac from Metrovac. They're way more reliable and get way more dust out than a can of air. But that's what I use. Just built in this case. Oh, that's a nice build. I wish the side mesh for the fans had a little bit better filter. Yeah, I mean, there's a trade-off there, right? Like, you can have like super fine mesh that catches all the dust, but then, you know, the fans have to work a lot harder to get good airflow. But honestly, like, if you keep up on cleaning, you know, every couple months, it's not too bad. And definitely don't put it on the floor. At least not directly on the floor. The best thing you can do is like try and put it on like your desk or something. That way, you know, you don't have as much chance for dust to get on it. Okay, there is all of our motherboard bolts in and tightened down. Ugh. There we go. Get our GPU support out of the way here for a second. Switch you guys on over to that and that. Okay. Trying to build a first gen Ryzen PC, but it's hell of expensive. A first gen Ryzen PC is expensive? I guess it's all about perspective, but I feel like you could do that for a couple $100 if you buy stuff used. I mean, there's no reason to buy anything new for that if you're going that old. Okay, devils. Weirdo. Is Windows 11 gaming performance still good? Yes. Gotcha. I have never used that CMOS, so I don't really have a good I don't really have a opinion formulated on it. Sorry. Okay. Let's get this stuff plugged in. First we got our HD audio. It's gonna run right down over here. Boom. Get our front panel in here. Like so. The best case I've ever worked in. Oh man, there's so many good cases out there. I think one of my favorites. Recently, the Lianli Landcool 207. It's a funky one where the power supply is actually up front. I just really like that case. There's so many good cases out there these days, though. It's hard to say, like, the best one, you know? Okay, let's get these guys through here. Like that. Get these guys through here. Get those plugged in. Okay. Like that. Do the same thing down here. Not sure why they don't do this from the factory, but it certainly looks a lot better when you do. Okay, so that's all plugged in. These are gonna go to our motherboard in a second. I wanna get my USB-C in here. Where is that at? Up here. Usually those are upside down now. Should probably start calling it right side up because everyone's doing it, but you know, whatever. Okay. We can get these plugged into the motherboard down along the bottom. And the hope is that we can basically daisy chain, we can at least daisy chain all of our case fans. So we're gonna put one on the exhaust, one on the bottom here for intake. We'll daisy chain those in with these guys. And then our ARGB fans on top will use up one other port and then we'll be all set. So let's get our bottom fans in here because everything in here is plugged in. Anteco's a good brand. I mean, they still make great cases. I like their stuff a lot. Have you seen the Lianli Vetro V100? I don't know if I have. Did you hear the rumor about AMD making the 90? I did. I wonder if that's true, because otherwise it's very surprising to me that they didn't, you know, do that off the bat, you know? Like, it seems like a missed opportunity for them to go after, you know, the higher end cards from Intel too. Especially with Intel, or sorry, Nvidia, especially with Nvidia talking about, like, you know, further reducing production on their graphics cards because, let's be honest, they just don't make their money on graphics cards. Like 8% of Nvidia's revenue is from graphics cards, like for gaming, and the rest are for like enterprise. So from a business perspective, there's a lot of reasons for Nvidia to spend less on, like, spend less production time making gaming cards and more enterprise cards. Okay, so there's that. Still here? Nice. Thinking Ryzen 5 would be my best bet, but the PC I use mostly has. Wow, that's a very old, that's a very old system. Talking decades. At least 1 decade at that point. Okay, so got that. This is gonna go down here. Okay, got that through. Try and do the same thing with this guy. Oh, come on, there we go. Okay, so got this in here. Ugh, my finger's stuck in there, man. Okay. And these bolts for the case are for that. Okay, got that one started. Subscribed? Hey, thank you, Dark Wolf. I appreciate that. I don't see it coming through on my end yet, but... Okay, got that one in. Still got your original Macintosh somewhere? Jeez. Probably sell it as a vintage computer and get some money off of it at this point. Okay, we don't need the rest of these right now. Or, well, for this build. You can use these if you wanted to put fans here below the GPU too, but we're not doing that. Okay. Now we can plug these into this guy. That pin's a little bent. There we go. All right. This guy just needs some screws. What do I do with the bolts from the fans? Did I not get them out? I thought I did. Why are they not in there? Not in there. Did I throw them down here? What did I do with those? Back here somewhere? No. Some nut screws. I should have. Oh, there they are. Lazy Susan was hiding them. What up, Pika? What type of processor? This is a 9800X 3D. So basically the best gaming CPU you can buy right now. Andy, what's up? Good to see you. I think we're gonna do that. So I think if I try to do something like this, well, I mean, that could work. I feel like I'd rather hide these on top of the fan, like the extra bits of cable on top of the fan. Well, no, it'll probably look fine back there. So let's do that. Whew. It's close. Dropping stuff. I'll keep that in place for a second. I'm gonna move that up about there. So somewhere kind of right in the middle. There we go. Hopefully at 4090. We're using a 5080 in this build. 4090s are pretty much impossible to find. What an XM4. How much was my PC, my personal PC? My gaming PC was about $6,500 in parts. But it's all like custom water cooled and stuff, so it's pretty it's pretty expensive even considering like the internal components that I have. All right, let's get a zip tie over here. Like my allergies are going crazy today. Okay. That all good to go. Can route these through here, I think. Yeah. Okay, got that kind of tucked over to the side. So we've got these guys and these guys. Don't know. These might reach up all the way up there to the top. So that I can truly daisy chain all of these. I don't think so. At least not in a way that'll make it look really nice on the back side. But let's see. That's not bad. That'll work. Okay, so we got that. And these guys are gonna run over to here. This guy will run to there. Nice, so all of our case fans now are being connected to the motherboard with a single cable, or well, single set of cables, one RGB, one for the PWM. That's gonna be sweet. All right, we need some cable ties up in here. Will you still be building and selling after tariffs? I mean, if people still are buying them, we'll see what happens to prices and stuff. So I found out how to make windows go really fast. I mean, super fast. I drive my car 100 miles an hour. Nice. I know, right? That is definitely the concern. Is that stuff will be so expensive, you know, people like me just won't be able to sell anything because nobody's gonna be buying. Business has been really good this year, so I'm, you know, certainly hoping that stuff doesn't get so expensive that I can't get anyone to buy a computer. But, you know, I'm trying to, like, as much as I can, you know, stock up on stuff so that, you know, at least for a while I'll be able to sell PCs at a reasonable cost. Like I just got myself a couple of RTX 5080s at MSRP, so basically $1,000. That'll be really nice. Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to whether they come to a trade agreement, right? Like they've already, you know, put a couple of like stays on the or like delays on the tariffs being implemented due to negotiations. So there's always the chance that they just go away. You know, you never know. Okay, I want these to go behind there, and I want this guy to go behind there. Nobody knows. We can't predict what's going to happen. This is the content we need. Thank you, me. Okay, so that stuff's all kind of cable managed. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with this after we get the power supply and stuff in. Let's get our CPU power cables and a couple other power cables in here. Gaming monitor. I don't have a command for that. I don't even think my monitor is still like a... I don't even think they sell it anymore. It's a 165 hertz 1440p monitor from MSI. I think they make it like a 180 hertz model now instead. Don't think we'll need more cable ties, but we'll see. How many PCs have I built, I think is what you're asking. This is number 266. All those crazy people I'm still seeing live shorts are just mentally ill. Wait, what? Dude, live streaming to YouTube Shorts is definitely awesome. Like, gets so much growth and so many viewers out of it. Like, it's just great. I love it. It's been a while since I saw something helpful on YouTube Live Shorts. Keep it up. Yeah, there's a lot of like dumb stuff on YouTube Live Shorts for sure. I mean, that's the same thing like TikTok Live is. It feels like 90% is just people trying to sell some junk from the TikTok shop. So, all right, CPU. I really don't need 2 CPU cables, but we'll put them both in anyways. All right, I shouldn't need the rest of this. Okay, the CPU doesn't pull enough power to need 2 CPU power cables. It only pulls like 150 watts, but we've got 2, so we might as well use them, right? Got 2 cables, got two ports on the board. Might as well throw them in there. Each of these cables can handle like 300 watts. I'm doing good, Claude. How are you? I really wanted to donate $1, but my country doesn't support online payments. Oh, interesting. Well, I appreciate the sentiment. It's okay. You don't have to donate. You can go watch a bunch of my videos and give me a little ad revenue, and I'll be happy. Especially my long form stuff. That's where I get money. Like I don't make like any ad revenue really on YouTube Shorts, the lives, or the like actual short form videos. Long form and the horizontal stream are where I make where I actually make ad revenue. I think I usually take this thing off. Take this guy off to do the route the CPU power cables. Okay. Look at that, full access to the back of the motherboard. This case is designed to be able to use the like the BTF or MSI Project Zero motherboards, so you could have all the cables pointed out, or all the ports on the motherboard pointed out the back. It's nice that a lot of manufacturers have done that. Like they've designed cases to be able to use those boards. It's just unfortunate that like there's just not a lot of motherboards out there that are utilizing that new design. 'Cause they're really cool looking. They look really nice. Even if you don't have a GPU that is like an Asus BTF, like it still cleans up the inside of the case so well. Okay, put this guy back in now. Okay. Sometimes the magnet on this thing is just too strong. There we go. Okay, that is nice over there. Okay, get our motherboard power in here. Yo, Claude, thank you for the 729 AED. I don't know what that means in US dollars, but I appreciate the donation no matter how much it is. Loki, the case name is the 3500X from Corsair. So that's what it looks like. So you've got glass panel, or be a glass panel here. You got fans on the sides. You can put fans along the bottom, exhaust fan, and then an AIO on top. It's pretty slick. Go. Okay, got that click. That is all the way in there. Pull that tight through there. And we just gotta start routing this baby through. Put a shirt on. My wife uses this site. No. This is officially a, what is it called? Thirst trap stream. Sorry. Cost of this build, Venom. I want to say around 3,600 bucks. Let me look. 37.23, and that includes the laser engraving that we're doing on the case. So if you don't do the laser engraving after shipping and stuff within the US, it's about 3,600. Alrighty. Let's get our power cable in here for our GPU. Okay. Yeah, let's go that way with our motherboard power. Okay, so it's gonna go in like that. Get our CPU power cables in here. Didn't notice the music till now. Yeah, I just keep it nice and low and chill. Just, you know, so we have something in the background in case it gets a little quiet. It's just, you know, it's just nice. It's just kind of there, you know? Okay. Power supply in there. Clement, how we doing? Right, I don't know if that's good or bad of you saying that. I get a lot of vids on one days, maybe 4, enough for 1 week. I don't like the BTF, man. I would stylize with those going on ongoing rails of cables. You don't like the BTF? Oh, I loved it, dude. I love the look of 0 cables. It's just so easy to keep everything nice and clean, you know? I did a build for it earlier this year, and it just, oh man, it just looks so good. Best build for the 4060 Ti? Yeah, 9600X or even like a 7600X, or even like a 7600. If you're trying to stay in budget. All right, power supply's in there. I think for our GPU, I kind of want to run it back through this guy here. Like this. So that's nice and sitting there. These guys, I think we can hide in this guy here. Hopefully we can squeeze them in here without loosening that up. Yeah. Just like that. Sorry, you guys can't see anything I'm doing, I guess. Just getting the RGB cables for the case fans. And the PWM cable for that too, just nice and tightened up there. Okay, that's all looking pretty good. It's all in there. Let's get our GPU support in right now. Oh, we still got lots of working room. The sexy build is the tank top. I have not been working on that build, that's for sure. Been working on one build today, and it's not me. Oh yeah, I think this is the one that I was using. We're using this guy for. It's a little too narrow back here. I'm really glad they added the GPU support into this, but the space for it is just a little tight. Okay, so we got that in there. I think that will be low enough for our GPU. If not, we'll just pull this USB-C out and then move that around as needed. I think we'll be good. We're not using a super thick boy 5080. Okay, well, CPU cooler time. Let's do this. These fans are not pre-installed. Come on, Corsair. It's Friday, that's right. How we doing, Screw? Thoughts on the ASRock Riptide? It's a great motherboard. Very good price to performance. Sapphire Nitro 9070 XT has a nice way out of hiding the cables. Oh, does it really? I feel like I just built a PC in that. I have to look at my pictures. Going to Florida in July? That sounds like a terrible idea, Darkbull. This stream, let's see, we're at 50 minutes. I'm guessing another 30 minutes. We're getting, we're getting pretty far along here in this build. Looking forward to upgrade the new motherboard and CPU. Yeah, you're welcome. Always happy to help when I can. Okay, so our plan here is likely going to be this, just like that. Okay, so when I put this way, tails of the fan need to go to my right. That's all we need to know. Sorry, Nate. I saw a list on my Facebook Marketplace, 5900X for 130 bucks. Is it good for your GPU with a 4060 Ti? No, that'll be great for your GPU. And I mean, it'll definitely make for a cheaper build for the rest of your stuff. Obviously you'll be stuck on AM4 platform, which is fine, but. But it definitely need to be cognizant of that sort of stuff when you're upgrading. It's like, okay, how long am I gonna keep this? When am I gonna want to upgrade again? Because the next time you upgrade, if you go with that, you're gonna have to do new motherboard, new CPU, new RAM all at once. So it's just a good thing to keep in mind. I wouldn't say that should stop you from buying that CPU. It's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, it's a great motherboard. Whew. Nope, don't fall off. Wish you and all a lot of fun. W, stay here, let's go. All right. I don't know why I had so much trouble reading that. Whew, caught it. Right, Tech, what you up to tonight? Should you record your PC build? I mean, if you haven't started it yet, go for it, man. Never hurts to make a little content. PC now is an i3 10th gen. Yeah, I mean, that's not a terrible build. I mean, obviously, like, i3 doesn't have a lot of cores. But if you want, like, a significant upgrade and have, like, an easier upgrade path in the future, I would say go to AM5. Like, get a 7600X, 7700X, you know, even a 7500F, and try and get, you know, something that will be easier to upgrade in the future and that actually has an upgrade path where you don't have to swap out your motherboard. That would be my suggestion. It's gonna be a little bit more expensive up front, but I think in the long run you'll be a lot happier with it. Oh, maybe I built it with like a Sapphire Pulse, not the Nitro. I think that's what I built with. The 9070 XT, Mr. Rainbow. Okay, those are all good to go. I think I want to use that end. So let's do this. Okay. Get my daisy chain stuff set up here. Okay, we got that. Get our cables here. Make this easier on ourselves for later. What do you think about Ryzen AI Max? I don't know much about it, to be honest. Is that that's their mobile CPU? It's cool. Really like that card too. Yeah. Who's this build for? It's for his name is Nugget Knocker. Is his like gamer tag name? I don't know that you guys would know who it is. So this build and the build I did on Wednesday are both going to the same guy. He bought a stream PC and a game PC at the same time, which is awesome. Okay. Get this other one started. Yeah, definitely stay with B series if you're on a tight budget and you're going for AM5. Like a B850 or I need to actually shift that back just a little bit. There we go. You know, China are building smaller form factor with higher performance like Mac. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know much about like the mobile platform stuff just because I don't, you know, obviously I'm not building laptops or anything, so I don't stay up with it as good as I do with the desktop stuff. What's the hardest PC part to install? Probably the CPU cooler. I mean, none of them are particularly hard to install most of the time. So probably the CPU cooler, just because it takes a while, and sometimes the actually mounting the CPU cooler block onto the CPU can be a little difficult with some brands. Like Thermalright's is a little tough to do. Corsair's is pretty easy. All right, there we go. Those are all on there. Put this guy on there now. Boom. Don't need those. Oh, your Be Quiet air cooler was tough to put together? Yeah. Yeah, that'll happen. I haven't used a Be Quiet air cooler in a while, to be honest. I haven't done much air cooling lately anyways, but... Alright, so that's our Intel bracket. Taking that out of here. Get our AMD bracket on here. With how popular AMD is now, I'm surprised companies aren't using the AMD as standard. I'm sure they have a reason for it, but I'm still surprised. Okay, so that's gonna go like that. Need our thumb screws. Put those on their ends so they don't roll around everywhere. Started. Oh, I actually put this top back on prematurely. I need to zip tie up a couple of those cables so they're out of the way. Amazing, after I rebuilt my computer, everything just works. It is nice, isn't it? Plastic is stronger than the magnet. There we go. Okay. Let's get this guy through here. So we got two cables, one for RGB and one for the pump. Run the RGB through to the back first. Okay, get that through there. we're gonna run the pump one through, then we'll run it right back out. Actually, long enough cable. There's enough space. We can just pop it in there and then stick the end bit through. Okay, like that. And then we need to daisy chain this RGB. Okay, nice and tight, love that. And our RGB header is right over here. Like that. And we got our CPU fans. Those need to go in right here. Like that. Oh, said a little too early. Like that. Okay. All right, that is all in there. I'm gonna bring this back down. Take this guy off real quick. And I want a couple of zip ties. I need to hold these guys up. Yeah, just like that. So there's not really another way to hold these cables up from being, what's it called? From sticking down there, so. Come on. Get that through there. Come on, you fit in earlier. There we go. Tighten that up the rest of the way. And I want to do that again over here. For these guys. Where's the end of my zip tie? I can't see it. I need a longer zip tie for this. Or just better coordination, that'd probably help. Or just stop trying to use my thumb. Oh, we got it. We got it. These don't need to be exceptionally tight. They just need to be enough to hold those fan cables up. You just pop that down so it doesn't interfere with this top plate. And we're good to go. Now, oh shoot. Now I can see that cable. All right, well, we're going with 3. I thought I could do it with 2. I thought I could do it with 2. My bad. Yeah, there we go. Now we're not seeing anything. Just like that. Then we'll come down here and clip this zip tie. Okay. Got that. Now, none of those cables are visible from the bottom. Nothing's protruding up through the top. Yeah, looks nice and clean. Love that. Nothing specific in a building a PC for me arranging a clean look. Oh, this is your case, Red Devil? I love that. Watching now, sun's out, guns out. I'm doing good, Mean Dean. How are you? Yeah, it's getting warm out here, so you know, starting to wear some tank tops. Trix will be a new cooler stud in PC market. Yeah, dude, Trix's stuff looks so good. How did I manage to be a PC builder? I built my own PC back in 2020, and I just really enjoyed it. And so I was like, well, how can I do this again without it costing me a bunch of money? And I was like, you know what? Maybe I can build PCs for other people. So I started telling friends, like, if they wanted you know, if they were looking for a new PC, to hit me up, and I'd build it for them on the cheap, and then just kind of kept going from there. You know, eventually, like, created my first website for the business. You know, doing some more marketing, making all my content PC related. I was doing a lot of gaming content before, and I kind of slowly transitioned over to all my content being about PC stuff. And just, you know, kept working, kept networking, and eventually got to the point that I am. I mean, I'm not, you know, a big company by any means. You know, I still work full time and do this, but definitely to some extent, I would say my business has been successful so far. Okay. This is not as clean as I would like it to be at this point. But without using a bunch of unnecessary zip ties, I think it looks okay. All right, so all that stuff is in there, everything's plugged in. I do want to put one little zip tie in this guy, just to keep these cables nice and tight together. Okay, there we go. That is all in there. Everything's plugged in. Everything's, you know, cable managed. I think it's time to get our GPU in here. You're back. What's up, me? Quick hit question. What AIOs do I recommend? If you're on a budget, Thermalright all the way. If you want something that's a little bit nicer, maybe a little bit fancier, Corsair's got some great, like their Nautilus products are really good, or Arctic is really solid. MSI's new stuff is really good. And if you're going for like upper tier stuff, like the Lee & Lee Hydro Shift, the Trix Panorama. I don't really love NZXT's stuff that much, but you know, they're pretty solid too. That's what I would say. It's all, you know, it's all budget dependent, right? Run a 7800X 3D MSI 70, 2 terabyte, fast 2 terabyte with 850 watts and a 4070 Super. That's a beautiful build, man. What case do you have that in? I heard that the CPU might be burnt with ASRock motherboards. Just make sure you update your ASRock motherboards. What's it called? BIOS, and you'll be fine. I think they have patched that issue in their BIOS, so you shouldn't have any problems with that. Spicy here. I'm spicy everywhere, right, Tech? Yeah, the cable management, maybe not the best. Here's my thing on that. Like, it's pretty solid, and in order to like make it look a lot better, it would basically be me putting in like another 10 zip ties. And for if anyone has to work on it in the future, I would rather have it be just slightly messy, but a lot easier to, take all this apart and rewire stuff than to put like 100 zip ties in here to make it look, perfect. So, I do as good as I can without making it impossible to work on down the road is kind of the idea. In some cases make that easier, and some PC builds make that easier, but it's just not always going to be A+. The radiator can rotate. What do you mean the radiator can rotate? I mean the center cap can rotate, so you could put this in like 2 different orientations if you want. Alrighty, RTX 5080 going in. Boom. That's in there. I'm really glad I ran this through down here because that power cable is way over to the left. Who's calling me? Potential customer. So, well, hopefully that's a customer. You never know with a local area code. It could be like a business or something, but. Alrighty. GPU's in. Power cable's in. Let's get our GPU support up. That maybe. Okay. That's not going anywhere. And there we have it. There we have it, ladies and gents. There it is. A beautiful RTX 5080 gaming PC. All done. What do I think about that AIO? It's an older one. If you can, I would get a newer model if you're buying a new one, just because it'll have a better quality pump and stuff. It's only an overclock issue which failed to optimize with power front, or if I missed something there. You just need to work on some RAM, maybe some storage. When your budget estimates, you can go for it. You don't need to go over as a PC builder. I place myself better, and I can afford not to lose frames. I don't see Ali's comment. I don't know who you're talking to. Oh, there it is. Oh. I think I have enough solid build that I have, you can't specify on budget. Yeah. RTX 5080 price. So this one, the GPU itself was about $1,400. I actually just got a couple of them on order. Why is this? I actually just got a couple on order through Best Buy. Well, one from Best Buy, one from Nvidia directly for MSRP. So the next couple of 5080 builds will be $1,000-ish, give or take, for each 5080. How much, bro? What are you asking about the GPU? Do you want to know the full PC price? Be a little more specific here, bud. Yeah, your build is likely on Monday. If not, it'll be on Wednesday. And if we do it on Wednesday, I'll put the software on it later that night and have it ready to ship the next day. Sweet. Yeah, you're welcome, Mr. Rainbow. I just told you, this GPU was $1,400 by itself. And then I have some other ones. Who said $4,000 for a GPU? $1,400. 1400. And then the other ones that I have coming were $1,000, aka MSRP. Claude, thank you for the 729. Appreciate you. Appreciate that, dude. All right, y'all. I want to see your favorite emojis in the chat right now before we turn this baby on, okay? I want to see it right now. We're setting the mood because this thing's got some RGB. We're setting the mood. Favorite emojis right now. Nvidia is RTX. RTX is an Nvidia product. So, I don't know how to answer your question. Favorite emojis in the chat right now. Mr. Rainbow, love it. Got the guitars out. Wow, the one Twitch comment I've had tonight, and it's spam. Love that. Love that. Goodbye. Literally had one Twitch comment and it's been spam. Super cool. I need to see those emojis. Dude, I don't know why you're typing in all caps. RTX is an Nvidia product. It's an Nvidia product like capability. I don't. You're saying Nvidia is better than itself. All right, y'all. First ever power on of this beastly PC. We've got a 9800X 3D, 32 gigs of RAM, RTX 5080, 2 terabytes of storage, the MSI Mag X870E Tomahawk Wi-Fi, the Corsair 3500X with some extra RS120 fans, the Corsair Nautilus AIO, and a 1000 watt power supply from ASRock. Here we go. Boom. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Dark Universe, because Nvidia and RTX is essentially the same thing. You're losing it, man. You're losing it. And by it, I mean your mind. I don't know why you're yelling at me in all caps. It's pretty unnecessary. Nvidia and AMD are not the same, but you've been saying RTX and Nvidia. RTX is ray tracing, which is a part of Nvidia. Like RTX, all of their like new GPUs out right now are RTX, GeForce, whatever GPUs. AMD is something different. Dude, AMD is amazing. I love AMD. And their new GPUs are a great price to performance. I wish I could convince more people to buy them. I probably need to put an all AMD GPU on my website, or all AMD PC pre-build on my website, but I'm a little behind on updating my pre-builds right now. And look, it posted first try. Look at that. I love having all these nice matching case fans. It's gonna make the RGB look so good. And this, I mean, it's, you know, obviously different LEDs or whatever, but it's also from Corsair. So ideally, all of these case fans and the RGB on the CPU cooler block should all match. Team groups will probably look a tiny bit different, but we should be able to make it work. Price to performance, AMD. Like the 9070 XT can beat out the 5070 Ti in most instances, and you can get it for $150 cheaper. I mean, you know. And it's got more VRAM, so you're better off in, you know, some other stuff. If RTX is ray tracing, was GTX? It's a great question, Clinton. I wish I knew the answer, but I'm gonna ask. Let's just ask Google. Let's ask. This is not condescending, by the way. I want to know. What does GTX and RTX stand for? GTX stands for Giga Texel Shader Extreme. I would never have guessed that. Never in a million years. And then RTX is Ray Tracing Texel Extreme. Probably wouldn't have got that last. I probably wouldn't have gotten Texel ever in either of these. There you go. Giga Texel Extreme shaders, or Giga Texel Shader Extreme, and Ray Tracing Texel Extreme. RTX is better. RTX is newer, right? So when they did 20 series and on, it's all been RTX. So RTX is like their newer generation stuff. Yeah, everybody knows that, right? Mean Dean? Jeez, can't believe you guys didn't know that. Can't believe you didn't know that. GTX is older. Giga XT and ray tracing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the ray tracing is newer. So. I actually really like the way the backs of those fans look. Yeah, exactly. I know. I feel the same way about these. There are very few fans that I would think look pretty much equally as good when they're like not a reverse version, but these are really nice. I love this design on the frame. I think it looks incredible. You see bugs on screen? Driver maybe? I don't know. I knew it was newer, but didn't know if it... Oh, yeah, it's definitely better. Definitely better. Much better visual quality. For sure, for sure, for sure. I read everything out loud. If you don't want me to read it out loud, you shouldn't type it. Unless it's very vulgar, then I won't read it out loud. Hurricane-esque, yeah. All right, y'all. We've done it. How long was this build? An hour and 30 minutes. Wow, we stretched that out a little bit. I live in Idaho, United States. Okay, well, I hope you all enjoyed the stream, because this PC build is done. It's donezo. Finite. So, yeah. I hope you guys had a good time. I appreciate all of you for hanging out and watching and chatting, except for the people who asked for free stuff. That's annoying. I don't appreciate that. But everybody else, I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being part of the community. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, following, whatever. We actually have a new YouTube video up that you should go check out. My sleeper PC build. It's super long, but I think you guys would enjoy it. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. We'll be live again next week. It'll either be Monday or Wednesday. Okay? Tune in. We'll see you on the next one. Good night. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. I answered you already, Dark. If you were listening, I'm in Idaho. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, Mean. Appreciate you. Mr. Rainbow, have a good night. Thank you again for the tier 3. Goodbye.